Hello, everyone. It's Yogi here. I hope you're well. And welcome to the Monday stream. And I hope you've had a lovely weekend. And wherever you are, whatever time it is. And welcome. So, today, yes, it's not quite sleep time yet, but this piece is called Sleep Time. And this is a piece of artwork by Ciro Marchetti and charted by Heaven and Earth. Let me show you the markup. I've been looking forward to working on this piece for a little bit. So I have not touched it since the last session. Well, maybe a few stitches. I'll show you in a bit. So look at this. This is just a picture of peace and coziness and safety, isn't it? And in a sort of mysterious looking kind of forest with these beautiful creatures. And, the doggy, the cat, and the fox, they're sleeping soundly. And even the squirrel on the upper right there on the tree is dozing away as well. But the owl and the bird, they're watching over these beautiful creatures. And I love that tree house as well. It's just beautiful. So this is my first supersized piece. So I've been stitching Heaven and Earth patterns for a few years now. And this was the first one. I felt it was just right for supersize. And let me show you my progress here. So there was a little bit of development since the last time you saw the piece, but not greatly. I basically made this, a move towards a certain direction. I'll show you in a bit. So this is massive piece, okay, supersized. And I started from upper right corner and stitching with Gemma's method, color flow. And if you don't know what it is, don't worry, I'll explain in a bit. And the numbers. So currently, if you look at the upper left there, where it says progress, I'm just slightly over 0.5%, okay? This is a large piece, and I'm stitching quite methodically. So it takes a little time. And if you think I'm slow, just refer to the channel name, okay? I do not lie. So this is max color as well. So just one color short of the 240 colors, 239. And I'm going to start a new sprint right in front of you, okay? No cheating when it comes to stitch count, okay? I may cheat on other things, but when it comes to stitch count, I do not cheat. And so it's going to count from 0. And at the end of every stream, I will share the number with you. So let's come back. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. This piece is perfect for a cozy Monday evening stitch in London here. And I want to say hello to all of you. And we've got Sarah. Yes, Sarah started the marathon today, haven't you? And I hope all aliens, please join Sarah for the 48 hours marathon spread out in 6 days, I think. And you can find out all the details on our Facebook group. So Sarah is coming here with a new quote. Here we go. Worrying does not take away tomorrow's trouble. It takes away today's peace. Absolutely. Yes, we tend to worry and thinking that worry about things kind of make things slightly better because it gives you that illusion that you are taking control of things. But a lot of times we're worrying about things that may or may not happen at all in the future. So live for the moment and feel peace and confident. Everything's going to work out just fine. And thank you, Sarah. And Samantha as well. Hello. Samantha loves the quote as well. And yes, Samantha says, I'll have to read to my daughter later. Absolutely. And Rajal as well. Happy Monday, says Rajal. And Monday stitching. Yes, great to see you, Rajal. And we also have Michelle Fuller as well. Hello, my love. Lona as well. Hello, hello. And Maddie Niham. Hello. Good to see you. Maddie's joining in with a marathon as well. And Suzanne, hello Suzanne. And Suzanne is a little bit sleepy today. It's totally fine if you're, feeling sleepy, you should sleep. You can leave the stream on, and you can listen to the chat as you wander into the dreamland. And Lini as well, hello. And Anna, good evening. And Windy Little, great to have you. And who else have we got here? And Grace Houston as well. Hello, my love. And Susan, our lovely Susan, is here. And Walkaway's back to join us. Wonderful. And Sola as well. And good evening. And Cheryl as well. Great to see you. And let's keep going down. And Lizzie as well. Welcome back. And Diana Smith as well, waving at the chat. And Chelsea Summers. Oh, it's been a little while, Chelsea. And will someone tell me why I'm still overtime central? So Chelsea Summers, Chelsea's reporting from work club. I know it gets in the way of stitching, isn't it? How annoying, but we're here with you and to keep you company. And we also have Laura as well, and Anne. Anne is back with us, our new friend, and Rose Jackson as well, and our old friend. Okay, Rose has been here from the very, very beginning. And Lynn Burgess as well, beautiful stitcher. And Adri, my goodness, Adri, when was the last time you joined us from the beginning? And let's see if you last till the end, Adri. And I know, very, very rare. What is happening? And Love Drunk as well, and Mary Solas, I see you, and our lovely Joyce, of course, the national treasure and the group treasure. Blushing Pink, hello, good to have you. And let's have a look. Clara has joined us. And, oh, Chrissy just joined at this moment. So, guys, sleep time, okay? Maybe sleep time for Suzanne, but we're staying awake, okay? We're stitching. And particularly those are joining in with the marathon. The day has just started. So, this piece, I'm stitching on 25 counts ungridded fabric, which is my preference at the moment. My earlier projects, I tend to have gridded fabric because, it's just a little bit more reassuring. But I kind of learned to love gridding the fabric myself. And this piece, I started the first day, the day before New Year's Eve. We did a 11-hour marathon, okay, talking about marathon. And I started this piece right in front of you, from the upper right there. And in my mind, for some reason, when I decided to do this piece, supersized, and in my mind, I just knew I had to stitch in a certain way, and that was color flow. And so basically, color flow, you basically ease away from the edges, no loose stitches, and you flow with the colors. Okay, so it's actually quite simple, but it takes some time for your head to get around, and so where to go in terms of the stitching order. So since last session, you can see there's a little island sticking out here. Okay, not quite a full island. It's still attached. It's color flow. It has to be attached. So let me show you the markup again. Okay, the reason, if you've been following this piece, the reason I started from the upper right is because chat. Do you know what it is? Yes, there's a little creature waiting for me, okay? And there's a little squirrel on the tree there, on the upper right there, and dozing away, I think. And but not quite fully asleep, because if fully asleep, he'd probably fall off the tree. So maybe the squirrel has had a hard day, a long day, frolicking. So I've been quite sneakily, okay, building stitches towards this direction. And I think I'm just about to make contact with the squirrel. Yes, Lizzie, you absolutely correct. So I think the squirrel's tail is just right about here. Right about here. So I'm cheating a little bit, okay? Even though color flow, you don't have to build your stitches in any particular shape. You just flow with the color. So I am kind of flowing with the color, okay? Justifications. Too much explanation. But yes, so I'm literally, you know, at the edge of where the tail is. So I'm really excited, and hopefully I can make it happen today. And you know, going into the squirrel zone, I'm really excited. So here we go. So let me bring on my work mode and see how it goes. Yes, it's good. I don't think Gemma would do it this way, but then again, it's Yogi style. Yogi style. Okay, so here we go. Let me just zoom into my chart here, so you can watch me. Okay, making sure that I'm not going to go rogue and start stitching, you know, freestyle. So I believe from this point on, we're at the tail of the little squirrel. So to warm up, I'm going to just do a few stitches in the surrounding area. Okay, I can't wait, but I'm going to be patient and start warming up with a few stitches here. And so here we go. Lizzie's, yes, let's have a look. Oh, Maddie. Maddie's here. I think I've said hello to Maddie, haven't I? Yes. And Lynn says, Yogi, the squirrel's tail. Hope you're all well. I know. We're literally there. So here we go. Let me pick a color to start. Oh, I'm starting with 310. 310. I can't go wrong with 310, can I? So here we go. Spooky bingo everywhere. It's normally the case. We're starting with a bang. So let me pick a strand of 310 here. And I really enjoy stitching the dark blue. These are my, you know, some of my favorite colors. Hey, Gayla, hello. Good day to you, indeed. Michelle Fuller, spooky bingo. Yay, the first spooky bingo goes to Michelle. Round of applause, everyone. So let me warm up a few stitches, warm up these little hands. Oh my goodness. I actually have a part thread here already, but it's not marked. It is marked. I'm just not paying attention. Then let's put this one back. I do have a part thread of 310 already. Joyce, Joyce says, did you check your penicilla is 100% correct? We don't want to have gecko rib issue. Yes, I think so. If you look at my chart, does it look different? Joyce, help me out here. I know I'm building this little island there, and I just couldn't wait, because in order to get here normal way, I have to stitch all this area, and I don't think I can wait anymore. So here we are. Okay, fingers crossed. I don't want the gecko rouge situation to happen again either. It you know, it's not ideal. So let me zoom in here. So I'm gonna just go around this little island there, and start building stitches until we get to the left, okay? And guys, let me know what you're working on today. And particularly if you're joining Sarah, what's your strategy? You know, it's a 6-day extravaganza. So you need to pace yourself. I know Sarah's alien. She can probably do tons of stitches a day, but, you know, it's better to go in with a plan. So Chrissy's working on Middle Earth map today. So the brown blob, as Joy says. 400 stitches so far. Amazing. And Chrissy, are you joining the marathon? It sounds like you could. You're a candidate. Hey, Kathy. Kathy says, hi all. I had to leave yesterday's stream to take a nap. Fair enough. And she says, but I watched it at midnight, which I couldn't get to sleep. I know we keep you company, you know. We keep you company as you go to sleep, and we keep you company if you can't sleep. Multi-purpose. So I'm going to move this stitch down here. Obviously, you know, as Joy says, I need to be very, very mindful. But I think this way of sort of traveling is probably a lot safer than my way of traveling with Gecko Rouge, and maybe traveling library as well, because with traveling library and Gecko Rouge piece, I literally just build up a very thin line sometimes and try to connect the stitches as much as I can. But as you can see, it's not foolproof. It's not fault-proof. Okay, I'm going to park it over here and take pick the next color, which will be here. It makes sense, right? Because I'm building stitches, so I can kind of, you know, stitch around this area a little bit more legitimately. Okay, 939, 939, 939. And once I get to the squirrel, I probably just go around the shape of the squirrel, kind of just focus on that area. I think it should be workable, hopefully, and then, you know, extend the stitches outwards to fill in the background as I move forward. Suzanne is also joining the marathon. Amazing. Yes, Suzanne, when you're feeling sleepy, maybe super confetti pattern is probably not ideal. Yes. Sometimes when I get really overwhelmed with confetti, and the body just starts to go, well, maybe you should go to bed. Maybe that's enough. The body is trying to warn you. Your brain is fried. Okay, the squirrel is over here, okay? I think when I come to the first brown stitch, then I know I'm there. And Chrissy says, I'm actually doing a new start tomorrow for it. Oh, for the the marathon. And Chrissy's gonna start traveling library. Amazing. New start for Lizzie joining us. Lizzie says, I worked on 3 different projects today. One of them, a new start. Amazing. And Lizzie says, I never stitch this late because I'm normally too tired to stitch. And that's when Frog hops on the scene. I know, when you're tired, your judgment just starts to kind of deteriorate. And as you keep going, and either you fall asleep or something happens. And the background area, the blue area, is actually not very confetti at all. I mean, to be honest, the tree area on the right here, okay, to be fair, quite confetti. You can tell just by the number of pass threads I've got here. But up to this point, up to the brown stitches, everything else was quite relatively easygoing. Not too bad. Oh, and also Chrissy, sorry I missed that. Not only Chrissy is going to start traveling library, it's also Supersize. Supersize, yes. Wonderful. The same version as Komari. And Anne says, I'm working on a canvas stamp kit with a squirrel surrounded by a field of flowers. Oh, so Anne is a squirrel stitcher as well. Wonderful. I have company. So from here, let me see. I'm going to move my stitches up here. So you just go around the edges, really. Just start building stitches. Love Drunk says, I'm stitching Grand Butterfly Ball, Yogi, the desktop stand. Was a good buy. I love it. Oh, so you got one of those desktop, just like the one I'm using. Yes. It is good, isn't it? It's quite reasonably priced, most of them, and it's very, very sturdy. I broke my stand a couple of times because the wooden dial, you know, that you have to turn to screw to clamp the hoop, they come loose a couple of times. But other than that, to be honest, I haven't had problems, and I just fixed it by using a little bit of super glue. Super glue. Think I can zoom in a little bit more. Alone, I was having 310 spooky bingo. Sorry, I only saw this now. Yes, happy spooky bingo to Lona. And Heather House is here as well. Hello, great to see you. Walkaway says, I've been trying to stitch 50 stitches in several projects each early morning, then settling on one project to stitch on during the rest of the day and get at least few hundred on that one. So sounds like Walkaway is warming up with few stitches, 50 stitches. So 50 stitches is like half a block, isn't it? And that's a warm up exercise. And once Walkaway is warmed up, then she would pick a main project and put a few 100 stitches on those. Amazing. So every stitcher has their own strategy and methods. Samantha says, I got my CXC set in the mail today. Wow, how exciting. And Samantha says, I don't know which one I want to start next. Traveling library, marvelous garden, all seasons, flower shop. Wow, all very colorful pieces. They're all beautiful, all beautiful. Now, all seasons is not Amy Stewart, it's the husband's, the partner. Her partner is also a designer, an artist. Start them all. How's that? If you know, do it the Nikki way. Nikki's on a cruise ship, I think. Maybe throwing up, you know, as we speak. No, I think she's perfectly fine. Adri says, do you need more super glue, Yogi? I'm keeping my fingers crossed, Yes, so far, the stand is behaving at this point. But yes, if anything's going to, coming loose again, I just glue them back like a surgeon. Yes. Yes, Adri has been funding me with the super glue. Absolutely. It's teamwork, Adri. Love Drunk says I'm also using the stand stitching in my bed. Interesting, Love Drunk. So are you sitting up and having the stand propped on your lap? Or I'm interested to know what your setup is in bed. Just making, you have to make sure your posture is not going to cause problems. So just making sure that you're in a neutral position as much as you can. Hey, Sidre, hello. So Clara suggests Samantha should start from All Seasons flower shop, because that one the larger size? Are they regular sizes or max colors? Depends. You should go with the bang. Start with the bang. Start with the largest one. Laura is voting for All Seasons as well. Yes, that piece, we actually see, we don't see sort of webs of that one that frequently. We get a lot of traveling library and the circus as well. So maybe that one would be nice. The flower shop would be nice. Okay, I'm warming up, guys, warming up. So let me come down here. If one more row I can do, potentially. Right, Samantha's going for flower shop. Great choice. So Samantha is stitching it with pre-gridded fabric. What count are you doing stitching that project with? Okay. I'm going to do one more row and I'm going to move over here, okay? Oh, little squirrel, here I come. Finally, we get to meet. It's been a little while. I started, I've been working on this piece for, today is 16, so a month and a half. So I started on the New Year's Day, New Year's Eve. And I've been stitching patiently. Walkaway says I went on a cruise last fall to Alaska. It was smooth sailing except one night. But Dramamine, is that sort of medicine that prevents you from from vomiting? Yes. But I think for people who are prone to seasickness, it probably doesn't take any sort of storms or anything to feel sick. I think generally, someone like me, if I get on something like a boat or ship, I just automatically start to feel, to get dizzy. So Samantha is doing a regular size max colors. Wonderful. It's actually, I think, is more challenging than doing supersized max color. I talked about this before. If you do Lamaze, 240 colors spread out on a regular size versus supersize. In theory, it should be more challenging. Sidri says backdoor entry knitting socks. Amazing. So make sure you actually knit both, okay? I think knitters have that issues that before that you finish one sock and celebrate it and then just can't find a motivation to stitch the second one. I've been there. Okay, let me move to the left here and let me check the color. Let me do this one first. Oh, be patient, be patient. I know I'm very eager to just find brown stitches and start doing it. But I'm going to do it properly, okay? This looks like a map of some country. Anyone? What does it look like? Maybe a little bit USA? No? The shape? Samantha is doing 16 counts. No wonder. No wonder it's quite hard to find supersize fabric. Yes, 16 counts. You can end up with a fairly large piece. 1, 2, 1, 2. Heather House says the trick to knitting socks is to knit both at the same time. Yes, I think there are methods that you can do both at the same time, because I have done one at a time, and by the time I finished the first one, I kind of had my fun and I just didn't want to do the other one. So yes, I think that's why they invented a method that you have to do both at the same time. With this one, I think I'm going to, let me have a look. Let me end this 310. This is 310, just a couple of stitches. Let me find my little thread cutter. Sweeter. I'll have a look at my chart here. Chrissy says both are a problem for me. It's being a passenger in a car that makes me nauseous. The only thing that worked for me is if I'm driving. That way I'm in control of the situation. Very interesting. I think I don't drive myself because I'm okay with cars a lot better now. Because for a while, when I was suffering the motion sickness and claustrophobia, the worst time, worst period, I was feeling claustrophobic and also getting motion sickness as well. So, you know, I had to stop getting in a car at all, even Ubers. I just couldn't do it. The only cars I could get in was London cab. So I don't know whether you've seen London cabs. It's quite spacious, quite big. You can fit in probably 4 people at the back and face to face, you know. And yes, I think if I was driving, I suspect I probably wouldn't have the same problem. It's interesting, isn't it? It's all about, it's all in your head, to be honest, is whether you feel like you're trapped or you feel like you can do something about it. If I'm in a confined space, if there's a door that I can just open and walk out, I don't mind if the room is small. But if I know the door is locked, so for instance, if you're in the lift, you know, elevator, or if you're on an airplane, and you know you cannot get out of it, you can't choose to just walk out, that's when I start to panic. So I think it's all in your head. So if you can drive, you have the control over what happens to the car. I think you just feel a little bit better. Lona says, I'm stitching garden gauge, regular size, 240 max color, 25 counts. It's challenging. Yes, very nice. It's the same as mine then, the same spec. This is 1 color short. This one has got 239. Okay, let me review the situation. Let me see how close I am to my squirrel, okay? Squirrel, here I come. Let me, oh, I think these are brown stitches right here. Guys, we're in the squirrel zone. Look at this. These are brown stitches. I'm in. Round of applause for Yogi. Finally, a month and a half later, I'm officially making contact with squirrels here. Okay, so this is 779. I hope this squirrel is not as high maintenance as mine, okay? My name, you know, my squirrel friends locally, oh, they're demanding. 779. It's a brown. Look at this. This got to be a squirrel color. Yes, thank you very much. I'm very, very happy. Very, very happy here. So here we go. Let's have a look. Joy says, to prevent second sock syndrome, start with the second sock. Yes, it's kind of the logic. Only Joyce will understand, okay? Yes, start with the second one. Then, Joyce, then we have problem with the first sock syndrome. How do you solve that problem? Let me zoom in a little bit. This is special. Squirrel stitch. Squirrel stitches coming up. Walkaway says, looks like a Scotty dog. I don't know what that is. Maybe referring to the shape of my little island here. But it's going to look less and less like an island, okay? It's going to look like a squirrel tail. Hopefully. Oh, look at this color. It's definitely squirrel. Susan says Yogi wears our socks. That's what she's saying. Yes, you know, if I keep knitting just single sock, eventually I just have to match them up and just have two different ones at the same time, unfortunately. Oh, look at this. Hello, squirrel. Hey, Jane. Good morning to you. Jane is in Australia. It's already next day. It's already Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Lizzie says, but if the library of cats released before then, oh, this is probably connected to another conversation. But you know what? Someone posted, I think it was Marsha, posted, Marsha, if you're here, she posted mock-ups from, well, it's an Instagram post by Amy Stewart. She posted two quite mysterious looking mock-ups, artworks. I think they're two separate pieces. And let me have a look. Am I correct? 1, 2, 3. Why does it look like that? Let's hope I'm not making mistakes already. It's over here. Bear with me. She posted two images, new artwork, basically. Of one is, if I remember correctly, one is some sort of antique knickknacks kind of shelf, and the other one is a beautiful room. And I'm really looking forward to find out more about those ones. I think, hang on, why does it not match? Have I gone a little bit far with this? Why does it look like this? I don't want to start off on the wrong foot, you know. I want to do the squirrel properly. It looks a little bit odd, doesn't it? It's not matching for some reason. Let me, okay, look away, all right? Nothing to see here, absolutely nothing. I'm just doing a gentle checkup of my stitches. This is just safety measure. I think, let me have a look. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so far so good here. Okay, I know where I've gone wrong here. So it's supposed to be a stitch over there. I actually did this stitch 1 row too low. So I'm going to move up. All good, all good. Sign of relief, okay? So I'm quite looking forward to find out more about those 2 mysterious images. And I hope they're going to get charted very soon. Okay, here. All good, all good. Walkway says, I love cats. My cat is named Leela. She says hi to Dolly, Yogi. Yes, Dolly. Where's Dolly? Sometimes when I turn around, she's just lying there, belly up, really, really quiet. And but I think she's probably in the living room, and she just has some food. So it's time to nap. The busy lifestyle of a cat. But I'm also looking around this area. It looks a little bit more confetti. Okay, so I need to take a breath here. And let me pick. Need to figure out where I should go next. Okay, we're definitely in the squirrel zone. The next one is also brown. 3858. 3858. It's kind of burgundy. Suzanne says, I don't get motion sickness if I'm driving. Yes, I think it's all psychological, isn't it? I think if you feel like you have control over what you're doing, you don't get unwell. It's quite strange, isn't it? Blushing Pink says, a stitching shelf and a grand library. I also have the World of Disney. Oh, it's the World of Disney, the one Joyce is doing secretly. Joy is always, you know, starting new projects behind our backs, and then just pretend that she's been doing it all along. It's like, yeah, why are you surprised? I've been working on this one for a little bit. Very cunning. Okay, yes, a little bit of confetti. Not too bad, not too bad. 902, 902. Oh, 3858. Sola is having a spooky bingo, and I have just finished. Yes, almost relayed, spooky bingo. Congratulations. So this one is 902. Let me check carefully here. 2 stitches, actually 1, and park. There. And 3 from the left. 1, 2, 3. There you go. There. Lona says, Yogi, you knit 2 at a time on long cable needle. Long cable needle. I'm trying to, I haven't knitted for so long. I have quite a few sets of those circular ones that I use for knitting, colors and stuff like that. And I think they're too big for socks. So when I did socks, I just use, I think, 5 or 6 wooden needles, knitting needles. Yes, I miss knitting a little bit. I'd love to get back to it. Suzanne says, I do my socks in tandem. So I do 20 rounds on one. Oh, right. So they're not connected together. You just start them at the same time. So you do 20 rounds on one sock and pick up the second sock and do 20 rounds. Yes. All these different strategies to combat the second sock syndrome. Okay, this one is, looking at the pattern, I'm not going to do it, but if I'm looking at the pattern, I almost want to do cross country, like longer distance cross country. Can you see that? Because this color in particular is kind of going around the outline of the tail, but I'm going to resist. I think color flow is the best way of stitching this piece. So I'm staying with it. 3862. 3862. So there are quite a lot of different shades of brown. Joy says, Disney's no secret. Our garden is. Oh, which piece is that? It's another new one. Oh, Joyce is turned into Nikki now. It's going to have daily new start. Just left, right, and center. Okay, I'm going to take this thread over. Should I go down? Let me go down then. Okay, it's quite okay. I am going to start my thread here. Let me think. In fact, I am going to pick another color because I have a strategy. I have a plan in my mind. 3862. Let me switch to a different color. Let me start here. 3371. Yes. 3371. Grace Hudson says, I do knit socks 2 at a time using magic loop on a long cable needle. I vaguely remember that because I have, I'm pretty sure I have come across 2 socks at a time method. I can't remember whether I did it, tried it or not, but I'm pretty sure I have come across the method. And from here, I am going to, should I park down or maybe up? Doesn't matter. Okay, let me come over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have a plan, okay? Oh dear. Limburger says, Yogi, I saw the blanket on Facebook that you're doing. It's so beautiful. How far are you? Yes, so I showed the blanket during our members stream on Saturday. And yes, it's been, I've been working on it off and on, more off than on really, for probably nearly 2 years. And you know, I posted the tutorial video on the Facebook group, so that's what I'm doing. I'm doing a cream color as well. So my blanket is a little bit more it's got more yellow tint, whereas the one that's in tutorial is paler. And I'm probably around, I've gone past the center point and a little bit. I think I'm around 65 to 70% of that blanket. And I should really go back and finish it. It would be very nice if I can get to use it as well before the summer arrives. That would be nice. 3799. 3799. And thank you so much for the compliments. Heather House says, I knit socks 2 at a time, toe up on 2 circular needles. On 2 circular needles. But circular needles, can you make them so small? I'm trying to remember, because I've got quite a few sets of circular needles. Sometimes I just stitch normal projects with circular needles as well, because it's just more flexible and more comfortable to stitch. And we have a lot of knitters here. We should do a side quest with knitting, right? Maybe we can knit socks together. That'll be fun. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know it's very tempting, just keep stitching, but I'm not going to do that. That's the beauty of this method. All right, some color changes here. I'm going to do this one. I think this one, I've only got 1 stitch, so Walkaway says, before YouTube, I used to listen to knitting podcast on my iPod. I like fairy knitting and socks in the city. Socks in the city. I didn't know there was such a thing as a knitting podcast, because I watch a lot of knitting content as well, but mostly tutorial. Mostly, you know, stitching methods, that kind of stuff. Interesting. So, did he just knit like a little bit like stitch with me? There's more knit with me. It's a whole genre, isn't it? Because the other day I saw their videos, channels, they do color with me as well. So there's a whole category there. 3031. 3031. Samantha says, I was off from both my full-time and part-time job today. You've got 2? How do you do part-time job when you have a full-time job? How do you do that? And have time to knit as well. Samantha says, so I baked and cooked up a storm, an apple dapple cake. What is it? Is it apple cake? Apple strudel. Is this apple strudel? Maybe it's a different thing. Muffins and turkey sloppy joes. My goodness, I don't know what it is, but it sounds fantastic. It's a lot of delicious sounding food. Wow. Samantha is unstoppable. You know, she's building the number of webs. She's starting a full-size 14 count Heaven and Earth project, and she's got a full-time job and part-time job, and when she's not working, she's cooking like a pro. Oh dear. I'm just taking it too easy, aren't I? And 3787, I need to do something. 3787, I'm just eating here, you know, eating chocolate. 3787. Oh dear, I did it again on my needle board, okay, where it says 3787. I've got this color docked on 3787, and clearly it just cannot be right for this area. I don't think there's any green stitches on the squirrel. I just do not believe it. So guys, aliens, please tell me what this color is, because I docked it in the wrong spot. So 3787 is actually a brown. 3787. Because if I don't figure out what color it is, I'll have to throw it away. 3787 is actually kind of olive color, this one. Totally different, totally different. So I have no idea what this one is. Clara says, eating bonbons, Yogi. Thanks. Jane says, socks would be fun. I have at least 2 single socks. I need their partners. Maybe we can do a side quest and to find partners for our single socks. I probably have a few as well. And I have to say, maybe, I'm pretty sure I probably have, you know, I've done wearing 2 single socks together to make them a pair. I don't think the socks were very happy about that. Yes, we can have a speed dating, single socks, speed dating side quest. All right, let me put that away. So aliens, let me know if you know what this color is. Otherwise, I'm going to thread the correct color, which is 3787. Grace Hudson, everybody bring their second sock to the group. I know. It's going to be quite a party, wouldn't it? Some really sad socks. You know, they've been sad for years, but it's going to change. They're going to find, going to find the, you know, what is it called? The other part, the other half. That's the term I was looking for. There you go. Okay, I am going to build stitches down here slowly and following the shape of the tail. Why not? Okay, 779 over here. Can you see there's a tiny, very subtle curve happening here, okay? It's coming, it's coming. Adri says, Yogi, I used to be a knitting podcast. Really? Your own channel? Your own podcast? What is it called? And why did you stop? Because I know you love knitting. Me too. It just, I haven't done much recently. So what do they talk about in on knitting podcast? Because podcast, if it's just audio, you know, you can't see what they're doing. And how does it go? What do they talk about? Adri, you should go back. I'd love to know which podcast. Is it podcast, or is it more like a video on YouTube? Oh. Hey, Dominic. Good evening. And Kirsten. Not Kirsten, Kristen. I've been calling you Kirsten yesterday, I noticed. It's Kristen, isn't it? Kristen says, I feel like SWM. And all the various crafting, stitch with me, okay? I'm learning the lingo. Stitch with me, and all the various crafting versions are like what mukbangs were originally intended to eat with me. A little bit like that, a little bit like that. Only that, you know, there's no calories involved with this one, hopefully. It's a little bit like that, isn't it? It's just doing it together, or you can watch me do it, type of thing. 3862, 3862. Oh, Dominique, you like the blanket as well? Definitely. It's such a beautiful blanket to stitch, and it's really fun as well. You're never bored because you have to switch to different stitches every single row, so it's not repetitive at all. And you get to learn to do quite a lot of different stitches. Walkaway says the knitting podcast word audio only, but I'm still enabling. But we just talk about knitting and yarn and life. Fairy knitting would read a fairy tale and then talk about her knitting. That sounds lovely. Yes, because podcast originally it's only audio. And then, you know, YouTube took over and now everything's got a video attached to it. You know, I've been watching, because nowadays people don't really listen to radios, do they? But now they kind of turn into hybrid. A lot of radio channels I found, they actually put a video and put a camera on all the DJs and stuff, or if it's a speech, they put it. They basically film and broadcast the audio at the same time. So it's both on YouTube and also on sort of traditional radio station as well. It's interesting because everybody wants some sort of something to look at, you know. And those poor radio presenters, because, you know, back in those days, they can just, you know, maybe go to work in their pajamas and tracksuit bottoms, etc. And now they have to put on makeup and look presentable because they're on YouTube as well. Eating bonbons. Oh, Lynn Burgess is doing crochet and she's making a handbag. And yes, definitely try the blanket next. Yes. Lona says, Yogi, please leave it so we can see it for comparison. And what are you referring to? What we let me know, because I probably missed the first bit of your of the conversation. Is it shepherd's pie you're making, Samantha? Oh, so Adri's. Okay, let me put that up. Is it still on, Adri? Can people still find it? So Adri's knitting podcast is called. I'm not going to pronounce it because it's gibberish. Not that it's gibberish. Where is it? Let's have a look. Okay, it's called Mochi Mochi Yarns. Mochi Mochi Yarns. That's Adri's knitting podcast. What platform is it on? Is it on Apple Podcast or is it on Spotify or wherever? And Adri says it's mostly life, young, and travel. So it's more like a chit chat and knitting at the same time. Do you think so? Do you knit when you're doing it, Adri? When you're recording it? I presume it's not live. Podcasts, and you know, back in those days, they're not live streaming. Let me pick the next color. I have to be a little bit patient around here because there are quite a lot of color changes, but it gets a little bit better as you come down diagonally. So it's a video podcast. So you actually show the knitting. That'll be quite fun, actually. I don't know why I never, you know, never came across that when I was knitting a lot. I've been more of a knitter before I started stitching so much. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 5. Sidra says, I have 4 single socks to tackle, so happy side questing sock knitting. Yes, sounds like we really need a session, don't we? Everybody's got sort of lonely socks. They're just lying there for years. No one cares about them because you can't wear them, right? And they're just lying there waiting for the day to happen. And now, finally, we're going to find a partner for them. Lona says you could be 165. Okay. I can show you the color again. It's quite bright. 165. Let me have a look. 165. Okay, so 165 is actually a little bit more yellowy, but very close. Let me show you. So 165 is this one. It's more yellow, isn't it? And it's not 164 either. It's one of those lime greens. Oh, hang on. 16? Could it be 16? I just saw this. Do you think it's a match or not? Let me zoom in a little bit more. Maybe not. I think this one is more yellow in it. So this one's 16. I don't know. There are a few similar colors. I can probably flip through my organizer and try to find it, but so I'll just leave it there for you to see. Whoops. Oh, Jane, have you come across Adri's channel before? Because Jane says, I love your channel. Or have you just had a listen? What platform is it? Is it on YouTube? Lola says 166307. One six six. I'm trying to find a home for this stray color. 166. Let's have a look. 166. I think this one is brighter. It's more green, isn't it? And what's the other one? 307? No, 307 is more yellow. 307 is pretty much yellow. But these ones, they're not much. This one's so bright. Wow, Adri, you've got a fan here, right here in the chat. Oh, Jane, so you've been watching, Adri. Wow, that's amazing. It's a small world, isn't it? Internet is big, but also small. Jane says in Australia, shepherd's pie is lamb and cottage pie is beef. Oh, interesting. I'm not well versed in the shepherd's pie arena, but I thought it was beef. I'm not sure. I have made a vegan shepherd's pie with minced tofu. Came out really, really well. So it's on YouTube. Okay, well, you know, I don't know. So for knitting, is it called floss tubing, or has it got different terms for knitting? Here we go. Let me pick this one. 779. 779. See, we've got a lot of secret floss tubers here. I'm outing them one by one, you know. It's my mission. You can run, but you can't hide. See, I'm breaking the rules slightly or bending the rules, okay? So I'm going to just keep going with this one because essentially I'm following the outline of the tail, squirrel tail here. That's the plan. So I'm going to bend the rules slightly, even though this is just one row, 3 stitches in a row. And hopefully it's gonna work out. So Gemma, look away, okay? I'm kind of, you know, bending the rules slightly. 1, 2, here. Blushing has a very good point. If it tastes good, it doesn't matter what it's called. It's just called delicious food. That's it. I agree. Okay. Oh, so I've got 2 symbols, different colors. So let me change this one. It happens sometimes with Saga. So I'm going to change the symbol to a different one. Okay. So this one's 154. 154. 154. My little island is expanding. This is a new promised land. 154. Yeah. Yes, Lona, I checked 16. Hang on, this is 16. Wait a second. So 16 is a little bit more yellow. So the one is the orphan, and this one, let me show you. This is an orphan, and this is 16. So 16 seems to be a little bit lighter. So Kristen says it looks like 12 to me. Let me have a look. 12? Do I have 12? I don't have 12, so it couldn't be, because I don't have 12 here on my master set. I have not come across 12 just yet. There's so many greens. It's 154. Three A 3A19. This is a puzzle game. 3A91. 3A19. Interesting. Okay, let's have a look. I think 3A19 might be a, let me just zoom out a little bit. 3A19 is this one. Whoops. 3A19. And I think this one is more green. Can you see that? 3A19. 368. 368. Let me just go through them. 368. No, 368 is more olive color. 36A. 371. 371 is definitely much darker. 371. 165. Let's give it a go. I'm determined to find a home. 165 is more yellow. I think we had a look at that. 12. I don't have 12. No, I don't have 12, so it couldn't be 12. So, interesting. Okay, let me start here. I'm going to start building stitches along the outline of the tail. And then I can color flow from there. Oops. And then, here we go. $3,819. I think we checked that one. Sola says, just what I've seen, most knitters also cross stitch. So their channel is called Flosstube. So knitting is part of Flosstube as well. I suppose it's all about floss, even though it's yarn, but we're talking about thread, isn't it? Hey, Guylane, hello. Joining the chat. 472. Let me just have a quick check. 472 is a little bit lighter. 3348. 3348. Quite mysterious. 3348 is a little bit more yellow, whereas this is very, very green, like lime green. $3,819. I think we checked that one. $3,819. Oh, hang on. $3,819. Can you see that? But this one is more green, isn't it? Oh, the mystery deepens. 3348. And Lola says, try 472. We've gone through all the greens. Oh, hang on. No. 372, did you say? No, 372 we checked. It's quite light. Oh, the poor green thread is going to be orphaned for eternity. Kristen says, do you have 15 yet? Let me have a look. Yes, I do have 15, but 15, have a look. It's much lighter, softer green, and whereas this one is really in your face, like green. Mysterious. So this is 15. I don't know. It's got to be there somewhere. $704. One more try. Let's have a look. We're gonna find a home for this poor thread. 704. Oh, hang on. 704 here. Okay, the moment of truth. And this is my orphan thread. Is it a match? It looks like a match. No? Or that one? No, not that one. It's more yellow. 704, guys. Do you think it's a match? It's match-ish. Do you think it is? Somehow it looks a little bit more yellow, but it could be just my eye. That's Joy says, could it be 907? 907. Do you think it's a winner? let me just have a quick look on 907. Oh, hang on, 907. Oh, it might be actually. Hang on, this is a better match. Do you not think? 907. Yes, I think the other one looks a little bit less yellow. Yeah? Do you think 907 is a match? I think it's a match. So Joyce is the winner. Joyce is the alien. So 907, guys. Yeah? Thumbs up? Great. Finally, we found a home for 907. Let me see if I've got... I don't know how I docked this color to a completely wrong spot. 907. We found a home. Yes. We found a new home for the orphan thread. Yes. Oh, the piece has been restored. It's back. It's back. Thank you, Joyce. Thank you, Lona, Kristen, everybody that came up with numbers. You aliens. Yes. Happy ending for my orphan thread. Yeah, finally, exactly. We probably went through about 10, 15 colors. And Joyce has saved the day. Here we go. A01. 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 It's a brown. Lynn says, Yogi, what do you do without Joyce? I know. A national treasure, and the nation of stitches. Lona says, that's quick, Yogi, if you consider how many DMC colors there are. And yes, and also, yes, over 500. And also, there's so many colors that are so similar. To be honest, the one before, Lona, that looked almost like a match. Just very, very subtle. Very, very subtle difference there. But definitely, the other one is complete match. Is it chocolate time already? Time flies when you're trying to find homes for orphan threads. Yes, we can have a chocolate break. Let me do these 2 additional stitches. And I have to decide if I want to park. Why not? Yes, let's do that. Right, let's take a little break and celebrate the rehoming of the orphan thread. Here we go. Let me zoom out a little bit. So looking good. I mean, the shape is a little bit odd at the moment, but once I, come back and fill in the background, and it's going to look normal again. At the moment, it looks like someone's trying to cheat and trying to get somewhere in a hurry. Okay, but it's going to all work out really well. Fingers crossed. Hey, Janine. Hello, hello. Right on time for chocolate time. Yes, Kristen. Yes, exactly. Kristen says, oh, I have to highlight this one because it's funny. Kristen says, orphan threads and orphan socks. Yes, this is what we're doing here. We're trying to find homes for all the lost souls, you know, try to find partners for our single socks and also orphan threads that sometimes just wander off, you know, like stray kittens. Here we go. Here's my chocolate. You know, I'm trying to get my chocolate button topped up, but until then, here's the chocolate of my choice, 75% cacao. It's quite delicious, actually. So here we go. Let me know what you're snacking on. It doesn't have to be chocolate, as long as it's anything that's delicious. So I just want to show you the tin foil there. I really enjoy it. Just tearing the tin foil and opening it like that. This is part of my chocolate experience, okay? Thumbs down to the wax papers. Thumbs up for tin foil. And listen to this. Beautiful. A big piece. Cheers, everyone. Happy chocolate time. Happy chocolate time. And let me bring my coffee. Clara says, yes, mine was great with lemon ginger. Manuka honey tea. That's really good. Maybe that's what I need. You know, even though for a vegan, technically I shouldn't have honey. But when I'm desperate, if my throat is playing up, or if I have a sore throat, you know, feeling like there's a cough coming up, sometimes I would get my, you know, I do have a secret jar of Manuka honey, but I use it more like medicine. I don't use it for sweetening things. Hey, busy mom, good to see you. Cassie, you say the squirrel could be done by now. Well, it's a, you know, it's a very methodical and thorough process, and with love as well. You know, every stitch is with love. I've got a little bit going on there, to be fair, Cassie, you know. Yes, Chrissy, snack time. Here we go. Let me take a bite here. So Chrissy's eating peanut butter and honey on Reds. Yes. I bet if you do peanut butter and jam as well, that works as well, isn't it? Because normally it's on toast. But on anything that's, you know, cracker based, should work quite well as well. And honey, that's very sophisticated. Sarah says no chocolate for me. The needle is flying through the stitches. Sarah is going for it. Yes, guys, just a reminder, okay? Today is the first day of Sarah's 48-hour marathon. And you're welcome to join, okay? And particularly aliens, if you're brave. It's going to be 48 hours spread into 6 days. 6 days, so 8 hours a day. It's like a full-time job, you know. And each day you report back on your progress on our Facebook group. So Sarah is the leader of the pack. I'm looking forward to see the update. Chelsea says, honey, why isn't honey vegan? So I think some vegans, they do have honey, okay? Because when I first turned vegan, so I have a chocolate in my mouth. Oh, really? Seriously? My mom wouldn't approve. talking and eating at the same time. But yes, some vegans, they don't mind having honey. And but I think ultimately being vegan is about not consuming anything that's animal based or anything produced by animals. So honey on its own is just sugar, right? But it's produced by bees. So technically it's not a vegan food. And also some people go as far as choosing sort of the fabric as well. So they wouldn't they wouldn't purchase anything like wool or cotton. Cotton, I'm not sure. Cotton is fine, but wool is from animals, right? So some people can't knit. They have to choose kind of special yarns, artificial, kind of acrylic, I think. Basically artificial material to knit for knitting. So they will not buy wool. I have to confess, I do have a lot of wool yarn, so natural fiber. But so it's up for individual vegan to decide, you know, where your boundaries are. And Captain Squirrel, hello, hello. Sorry, I have a piece of chocolate in my mouth. Flying needles, exactly. Sounds really scary. And Auntie Crazy as well, hello. Welcome. It's a party every night, isn't it, over here? Oh, the coffee's so good. Joy says, I'm taking a Napoleon drop cordial. What is that? Is it cough drops? It's a Dutch thing. And what does it do? Is that for your throat? So it's called Napoleon drop cordial. Sounds like a cough drop type thing. Cheers. Sudan says also bees are important for food. Yes. And Suzanne also says sheep can't survive because of domestication without sharing. I suppose. So it's, you know, I think it's just up to every individual's comfort zone and what they believe. There's no right or wrong, really. So personally, I don't mind using honey as a form of medicine for medicinal purposes, but I don't really consume honey as food. So that's just me. But honey is amazing, isn't it? Honey never goes off. You know, they have found ancient honey in Egyptian tombs, and they're still it's still edible. The magic of honey. All right then. I'm gonna just eat the remaining bit of my chocolate. I'm gonna start stitching this little tail that's happening here. Kathy says, I used to have carpenter bees. What is that? Is a type of bees. Carpenter bees. Are they carpenters? Oh, so they eat wood, is it? Interesting. Luna. Kristen says the bees are more about us taking their product. It then increases the risk for the bees to starve over the winter if not harvested responsibly. Yes, I think it's all about doing your best. It's not about, it's not black and white. I think, if you turn it into black and white, then that's when, conflict starts. But if you just go, well, I'm just following my heart, and I'm just doing the best I can every day, then whatever you do is great. So I do have some leather products. For instance, my bicycle saddle is a Brooks saddle. It's one of the best, probably the best brand, and it's very durable. So I don't mind having it. It's leather, so it's animal product. And I do have some honey when I need to, manuka honey as medicine. And I do knit wool. So it's a mixed bag of things. So I'm just following the outline of the tail here. Oh, Joy says drop is Dutch for licorice, and kojal is a bullet or cannonball. Okay, so it's licorice. So it's actually sweets. It's not medicine. Yes, I think licorice is, some people love it, some people don't. Okay, this one, 3772. The next color. Hey, Nutty. So Nutty is doing the marathon as well. So guys, if you're joining in for Sarah's marathon in the chat, can you just wave your hands so I know how many people are participating? Let's come to the chat as well, and also give Sarah some idea. Sarah, yes, Sarah is definitely in, and Kristen as well. And Michelle Fuller as well. Oh, quite a few joiners. Yes, no competition there. And Suzanne as well, and Samantha. There you go. And just to remind you, okay, Sarah is really competitive, okay? And who else? Love Drunk is in as well, and Natty, of course. And Catherine's asking which channel is the marathon. No, it's a offline marathon that Sarah is running, and you can find out the details on our Facebook channel, not Facebook channel, Facebook group. So basically, it's really simple. It's a 48-hour marathon spread out in 6 days. So 8 days, no, 8 hours a day. It's like full-time job, okay? 8 hours a day, 8 hour window, and you can stitch as much as you want, or maybe as little, and then you update the group on the I think Sarah's post and of daily progress. I think it's probably better to have individual posts so we can see the webs better, right? So you can just make normal posts and just update the group of your progress. So very, very simple. Oh, Janine is working. Yes, I suppose, even for half an hour a day, it still counts, right? You just need to do it persistently for 6 days and report back. Suzanne is very technical. Suzanne says the new day starts 8 minutes. Yes, everybody's in different time zone. Oh, I just broken the rule. I'm supposed to park and I started cross country. Seriously. Stop it. Stop it, Yogi. Yes. Control yourself. Okay, you're supposed to park. I'm doing this one. I don't want to break rules, you know. Over here. Oh no, I want to park. I don't want to park over here. What am I doing? What? Actually, why not? Let me park down here. Okay. You see the squirrel emerging. I know, in slow motion, I know, but it's happening, okay? I promise. I promise. We come down here. So next one is 3860. 3860. Suzanne says I only did 4 hours and 10 minutes. I think it's not so much. You have to do 10 hours a day, right, Sarah? It's more about how much you manage to stitch within that 8-hour window, or maybe 24-hour window, really, essentially. And you don't have to be an alien to join the marathon, okay? It's all about the fun and the team spirit. One, two, three. And then I'm going to end it here. Three, 8, 60. Janine says, I get to stitch a little bit more today. I'll hop on there and post some pics. I haven't done that in a bit. Yes, update everybody what you're working on. Michelle says, I won't be able to make the whole 48 hours, but I thought it would be fun to support Sarah and other aliens. Exactly. That's all it's about. All it's about. It's not a competition. Maybe for Sarah. Okay, Sarah is very competitive. But I think for us mere mortals, we you know, I think just do it for fun. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Am I correct? Okay, that one is done. Interesting. Let me just draw my lines here a little bit clearer. Okay, 1, 2. So this one's 3, 8, 6, 2. The accidental cross country. Oh, Natty. So the babies are not well. Oh dear. Yes. Take a breath, okay? We're here for you. Sarah says no hard rules, just 6 days in your time zone. I'm aiming for 48 hours, but you can stitch as much as you want. Exactly. So just have fun, you know. It's just a nice way to find motivation for stitching. And technically, I'm in the marathon as well. You're watching me stitching for three hours a day. Okay, I'm going to move it back here. Okay. Yes, I'm sending love to you, Natty, and from the chat as well, definitely. And maybe some dolly love for Natty, you know? Some dolly love, some hugs. go. So this one is 3858. Lona is joining in as well. Welcome. Yes. Lona is definitely a candidate, an athlete. Hey, Jackie. Jackie says, I want to participate, but it's my girl's school vacation week. I have barely been able to stitch at all. Yes. Sometimes, you know, the things get in the way of stitching. Yes, lots of love for Natty. You know, life happens when we're stitching, and we're here to support each other. Jane says, lucky we have Yogi and stitching to bring some joy. I mean, there's nothing more sort of joyous than, you know, getting together with people who love the same things and just enjoy the experience, you know, stitching with each other. And life can be challenging, for sure. I think we you know, probably all of us have individual challenges to see through every day. But, you know, it's about making time and knowing that we're worth it to have time and space to do things that we enjoy every day. It's not always easy. But it needs to happen. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Captain says life sucks, but at least we have the streams. Well, I think, you know, I think on the Bible, I think something along the lines of God will never give you challenges you can't handle. So just trust that, believe that, definitely, and everything's going to be okay. Lola says, I've already stitched 5 or 6 projects today, as well as fixed food. Well, there you go. That's Lola to you, you know. And this one is, let me have a look. Which one shall I stitch first? I want to do in order, properly. 435, 435. It's a brown. Natty says, I want a new start. Go for it. Definitely. Why not? Oh, Jane says, did you miss the second leg on the stitch back there? Where? Oh, yeah, there's a little one. My goodness, someone is watching. Jane is watching. For sure. Let me figure out what color that is. Can I fudge it? Because I've got, okay, so this color is a little bit different, so I won't fudge. But I will come back to this stitch. Which one is it then? This one and 1, 2. Interesting. Interesting. 1, 1, 2. I know which one that is. I'll come back and fix it. Okay, Jane. Well done. Eagle eye of the chat. I can't get away with anything. Jackie says, we have hit the squirrel's tail. I know. Yes, we are. Can you not see this? We are making contact. So we're officially in the squirrel zone. Squirrel zone. So I'm stitching the tail along here. So I'm very excited. Very excited. I think it's around here. So you can see the curved shape happening. I know, nice and slowly, okay? And it's a beautiful process. So I want to be patient. So patient that I done a half stitch. I'll come back and fix it. So I need to have a strategy. I'll probably start to come downwards so I can start to build stitches here. Samantha says, I hate only one lonely stitch by itself. It's known as ninja. Everybody's favorite, or confetti in general. So Solar is planning to start new pieces as well. So let's have a look. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna come back and fix this stitch. Okay. I know which one that is. Interesting. So how did I... Okay, so I'll probably need to start a new thread here. 3858, 3858. I'll probably just stitch over it. 3858. There you go. Janine says, I've started 5 new starts so far this year. And it's only the middle of February. And Janine says, I have another coming in the mail. And no more for me, at least for a month or so. I thought Janine was, you know, she was going to say, well, no more new starts for the rest of the year. No, just for the month. I think that's a lot more realistic. You know, anybody's promising not to have a new start for an entire year. They just setting themselves up to fail. It's very challenging. There you go. I think that this is the right color. Okay, so I just stitch over it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the next one, 918. So a lot of browns. Definitely, it's totally different from the blue zone. 918, 918. And Tony Tia says, I have a project to give as a present tomorrow, and I still have 500 stitches left. It's 11 p.m. Tony, so you promised someone to give a piece of a stitched project. Wow, that's brave. And so it's 11 p.m. So you're around the same time zone as me. And what time tomorrow are you gifting the piece to the person? And do you have to frame it or just handing it over? Dear, dear. Yes, you can do it. Only 500 stitches, guys. And, you know, Lona can probably do that in about half an hour. And Sarah as well. You can do it. Whoops. I mean, this tail is going to be spectacular. A lot of color changes. Oh, Lona says I just got the fabric to start the companion pieces, plural, of traveling library. Are you starting both at the same time? Lona, I told you, Lona is just unstoppable. Guys, okay, we need to talk. You know, with the brown, with the squirrel zone, I'm really tempted. I'm just looking at the pattern here. I think it would make sense to start cross country. What do you think, guys? Do you think I should stay color flowing? Or I'll just show you the pattern here. It just feels like the different colors, they're kind of just going over each other, unlike the background. And I just feel like it's going to flow better cross country, short distance cross country. What do you think? But I need your permission to do it. So let me know, okay? Maybe we can have a vote. Let's have a poll. We haven't done it for a little while, okay? I'm gonna just poll the chat right now. So we've got over 100 people here. And lurkers, come and help me out, okay? So cross country, okay? Yay or nay? Okay, go. Help me out. And lurkers, come forward, okay? Do your bit. This is teamwork. And I want you to know, let me zoom out a little bit so you know what's happening so far with this piece. And I really, really enjoy, I really, really enjoy doing color flow up to this point, okay? But from the squirrel, from this point on, everything seems kind of, all the symbols kind of overlapping each other. So it has not flowed very well with color flow. I'm sure Gemma can do it, but I'm just thinking maybe it's going to flow a little bit better with short distance cross country. I'm not going to go crazy, okay? I'm not going to do a Gecko Rouge, but I'm going to just kind of start from the tail here, because I've been having so many color changes. It's getting a little bit ridiculous. Okay, help me out. Cross-country squirrel, exactly, that is just so appropriate. Yes, Jackie says go for it, at least try. And absolutely, Jackie. Jackie says give it a try, and if it doesn't feel right, then you can come back to color flow. Yes, I can. I can come back. And also, when I get to the background, I probably just continue color flowing because it's been working quite well. I really enjoy it. So can I do a hybrid? Can I do a hybrid just for the squirrel for now? Let me just cross country for a little bit. And if it doesn't flow, then we just come back to color flow, right? Susan Barnes says, hi Yogi, working on the same project. Susan, where are you right now? Are you in the squirrel zone yet? And let the squirrel speak. Michelle Fuller says, yes, the squirrel is dying to talk, to make noises, squirrel noises, but it's not able to do that because look at this. Exactly. Okay, I'm going to delete the poll for another 10 seconds, okay? And okay. Yes, let's have a look. It's a resounding yay. Yeah, I think we're good. We're good. Yes. We're going to go a little bit of a cross country, okay? Guys, buckle up, okay? Are you ready? Thank you, guys. So 89%, nearly 90% says yes, and 11% says no. We've got 36 votes. Thank you very much, guys. Okay, so I'm going to end the poll here. I think this is quite, conclusive, quite conclusive. Thank you. Yes. Now I have your blessing, okay? I can happily cross country for a little bit. Ooh. That was very intense, with the color changes. I mean, this bit took me about an hour minimum, maybe more. Okay, then. So now I have your permission, and I can go for a little bit of cross country and see where it takes me. And as I said, if it doesn't feel right, I'll just come back, right? So here we go. And I'm going to go for 3772. Yay! 3772. Here we go. My first color for the beginning of my cross-country journey. Okay. Janine says, now you have to clean up the path, right? Yeah, that's quite true. I think I can park as well, can I not? You can do a sort of hybrid. Let me see which one flows, okay? If it feels right to keep parking, maybe I would. Let's have a look. So from here, in fact, I do have a thread here already. Why don't I just take that? 3772. I do have one part here already. Because I used to, I started off with parking method when I first started stitching full coverage. And then I discovered cross country. But in the very beginning, I actually felt like I had to park at the same time because I was parking so much. So for a while, I was doing hybrid. And of course, it's got kind of its own issues because sometimes you run into the park threads as you're stitching. But let's see how it goes. It feels so weird trying to cross country with this one. I don't know where to go. It's very strange. Because for some reason, this piece is just screaming color flow to me. Until now. So let me have a look. Where am I? I've done that one. This one. Am I correct? Yes. And these two. Maybe just for the squirrel, right? So Gemma, look away, okay? Look away, look away. Nothing to see here. Okay, and I am going to come back here. I have to decide which direction I'm going to be going. See you later, Captain Squirrel. And hopefully everything's going to work out just fine. I know everything will. Susan Barnes says, I posted a picture of my progress. I started to work in my park threads so much faster. So Susan, you started cross country as well. So what method did you do? So you were parking before and now you're cross country. So Lynn says yes to cross country as well. Wonderful. And I suppose you can switch, you know, switch back and forth. Doesn't matter. Ultimately, you're stitching. But I do love the evenness of the stitches with color flow. Can't beat that. But I'm going to do very short distance cross country. Here we go. And how far shall I go then? I think around here. Maybe I can try to park here. Right. I'm going to combine parking. So I don't want to go too far, but I can park so I don't have to constantly try to find a thread. 1, 2, 1, 2. I'll just park where, you know, I felt like it's a little bit too far away. Let's do this. Okay, this one, 2 stitches. Lona says, I park doing cross country. Yes, it can be a combo, as long as you don't mind running into some thread sometimes, because it depends on where you flow you could run into other threads. But other than that, there's nothing stopping you from parking. And I'm going to park. Should be okay with this one. And if the next stitch is too far away, and I'll just park. Let me take it over here. 1, 2, 3. Interesting. Sound Stitching says, I get very confused when I part threads. Yes, parking is not for everyone. And also, it makes a lot of difference whether you have an app, to track your progress. I think if you're working with apps, things are a little bit easier, or a lot easier, really. But if not, then it can be very confusing. So this one has only got 1 stitch. Just 1 stitch, 902. So I'm going to remove the thread. Okay, 902. 902. Walkaway says, sometimes we need to decide our stitching organically, following the natural tendency of the moment. Yes, I'm totally with you. Because it was flowing quite nicely, with the background. I've been stitching a month and a half with this method, and it flowed beautifully, but not so much from this point on. It's probably just, the chart, the combination of stitches, etc. And I agree, you just have to flow with the instinct, right? Rather than try to kind of impose a certain way of stitching for whatever reasons. Okay, this one. 4, 3, 4. 4, 3, 4. Four, 3, 4. Interesting. Okay. Four, 3, 4 is a brown. Joy says, maybe another idea. I'm too scared to read this. How about throwing a lasso around a squirrel and CC within that area? You should even do a min to max. Oh, that's a nice idea. But the squirrel is really, really big, Let me zoom out to show you. It's supersized, first of all. Yes, I totally forgot about min to max. I have not done it for ages, but look at how large this squirrel is. It's quite a few pages, maybe at least 4 or 5 pages just for the squirrel. Can you see that? The outline of the squirrel. And I'm only touching, sort of tickling a little bit on the tail there. So it's quite large. For min to max, it's going to probably be a little bit too overwhelming. It's a very, vast area. But I totally forgot about min to max, actually. For a while, min to max was actually the reason I decided to explore Saga. because no, you know, pattern keeper, you can't really do it stitch that way. Susan Barnes says, I like the idea of typewriter with the block. So that's a good way of picking color to stitch. So Susan, are you doing block by block and typewriting at the same time? Yes, that's one way of doing it. I'm kind of not feeling block stitching with this pattern for some reason. Min to max is a possibility. It's just quite a large area. So if I were to do it, I need to break it down in some way, if that makes sense. Kathy says the threads get in my way if I park, and for some reason my threads were parked on the back instead of the front. What does that mean? Do you mean you thread your thread downwards, like under the fabric? And why would you do that? Maybe I misunderstood it. And Kristen liked the idea of min to max. Yes, exactly, Janine. How do you park on the back? If you park on the back, it's not really parking. It's called losing your threads. You need to send out a search party. And say I'm new here. As I mentioned, do you have a Facebook page? Yes, we do. And if you look, if you open the description, you know, below the stream, I include the link to our Facebook group under every video there. So you can just open up any video that we've got, and there's a link to a Facebook group, and come and join us. So a lot of times, you know, we post a lot of things sort of relating to what we talk about here. Sometimes random stuff, a lot of food, a lot of weird items, but also a lot of projects, you know, you get to see what everybody's working on. And it's a support system as well. If you have questions or just want to share something, you can just go on the Facebook group anytime. Kathy says, I don't know. All of a sudden, I have a bunch of threads, hanging threads in the bag. I think, Kathy, we need to review what parking method, how it works. You park at the front, okay? You just pull the thread, you know, to the front and park it there. So maybe it's a new method, you know. Parking in the backyard. So I need to remember I'm actually doing cross country because I keep wanting to stop. So I don't want to go too far. That one, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, it's just for some reason this project is just keep trying to tell me to stop and park. This is very disturbing. Here. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. why do I have this one as well? I mean, it's very confusing. I've got a mysterious part thread here. I'm probably doing more stitches in the last 15 minutes than the first 2 hours. It's utterly shocking. Let's have a look. Okay, I'm gonna do a hybrid of cross country and parking. It seems to flow, so I'm gonna do it until it stops making sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. There you go. Krista says to Kathy, are you trying to be Komari? Yes, I think maybe that, yes, exactly. That's Komari method. Even though Komari is not parking. She just, abandoned those tails. No, it's not abandoned. It's all part of the plan, okay? It's a beautiful plan. Janine says, I kind of do typewriter cross-country and by item or area, park only if I have to. But the images get bigger. I don't need to park. I don't want it too far. Yes, it really depends on the size of the object. Because Janine's, so far, your web works really well, right? You're kind of focusing on that little, is a little kind of a card object there with bits and pieces, a lot going on there, really beautiful, and a horse. And I think, you probably need to modify that, depends on what you're stitching. Okay, this one, a few more stitches. And it's really quite weird. It's kind of, with this piece, because I've been color flowing from the start, it's kind of, I can feel a little bit of resistance for cross country here. And it's a weird thing. It's not like I don't do cross country, because just yesterday with the bunny piece, and I was doing mini cross country, no problem. It's just every piece is kind of has its own vibe. Kathy, exactly. You've been doing Kumari without knowing. Kathy says, I wasn't meaning to park. I think I just ended some threads and leaving very long tails. I'm thinking. So Kathy is, without knowing, she's practicing the masterful Kumari method. Just starting and ending without doing anything. It's advanced level, okay, guys? Do not do it at home. You might fall over. So this is when parking start to run into slight problem when you're parking and cross country at the same time. As you can see, I have to kind of maneuver my way around other part threads. So I'll see how it goes. If it's starting to starting to be very annoying, then I'll just finish every single thread. Okay, so where am I? Here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I might I might stop parking because it's getting a little bit unruly here. Okay, I get it now. I'm going to start parking. Okay. Stop parking. So I'm going to clear the part threads. Plan C. It's all spontaneous. And 435. 435. Okay then. In that case, I'm going to just pick up the part threads from the bottom up, so I don't have to run into other ones. Okay, plan C. Here we go. Catherine's asking, which count fabric is this? This is 25. 25. And I'm stitching with DMC. Okay, I'm going to pick up this one, okay? And no parking now. All right. So Cassie, so you've never seen, you've never watched Komari, but you were doing Komari. That's remarkable. I think you need to subscribe to Komari. Okay, so this is kind of in no particular direction. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to just end the thread for now. 1, 2. Okay. Kristen says, speaking of Komari, I watched one of her videos this morning. She cut her threads on the length of a scanned double over, so a total of 16 centimeters, she says. It's so short. Yes, I think mine, it's about half of my length, because for single stitch, single strand stitching, I probably have it, the last time I measured, I think it's about 30 or 32 centimeters. So yes, she does cut her threads pretty short because she kind of let go a lot of threads as tail. I think she's got, if you look at her back, it's probably got at least 20 times more material than the front, safely, maybe more. So, you know, most of the thread is kind of at the back. I mean, naturally, even with this way of stitching, the back naturally just has more threads building up. But, you know, in her case, we're talking massive amount. 4, 3, 4. And I need to investigate the prices of DMC in Japan. It must be, you know, quite cheap. Otherwise, how do you do that and be okay with it? I don't know. So I need to figure out what this color is. 3721. It looks slightly suspicious. 3721. Does that look like a match? No, instantly it's not. So I don't know what this one is coming from. Is it? Let me have a look. I must have parked this in the wrong location. I don't know what this one is. Another orphan, but this one luckily is not too long, so I'll figure it out later. So if you watch, because I was talking about this a couple of days ago, if you watch Kamari stitching, and one of her hands, I think it's the right one or maybe the left one, the dominant or less dominant hand that's on top. Let me zoom out a little bit. I need to do a Kamari impression properly, okay, to do her justice. So let's say if I think she might be stitching the other way, but if you look at her hand on the top, and when she pulls the thread up, her wrist never leaves the fabric. She does this down like that, pretty much. The wrist kind of doesn't move, doesn't leave the fabric. Whereas me, I pull the thread up like that and down. So that's why she's cutting her threads pretty short for good reasons. So her hand can just stay there in place. And it probably makes everything so much faster. Jane says, I'm new here, which is Kamari's channel. And guys, if you could kindly type out Kamari's handle, if you know it. I think it's Kamari, and the way you spell it, and hate is in one single handle and something, some sort of number or something. So she's very interesting to watch, and she's a streamer as well. So make sure you go under the live tab as well. That's where most of her content is. Kristen says, I also was thinking about that. When she washes it, she rubs all the threads together at the back, essentially making a mat. No need to finish threads. Oh, is that what she did? I'm trying to recall. I have seen one video that she was cleaning up her, I think that project was Once Upon Fairy Tale, because she you know, it probably took her 2.5 years to finish. So in between there's kind of dirt and grime, etc. So she washes her fabric from time to time. And I don't remember rubbing, but I think you probably need to do that in order to clean it. But I cannot be sure. But when she finishes a piece, I can't remember whether she tried to trim the threads a little bit as well before framing. I can't be sure. I vaguely remember maybe she did, but I don't know. I think it's probably to just make sure everything's nice and flat and even, so you don't have bumps. You know, some areas, if you have a lot of confetti, maybe there's more build-up of the material at the back. See you later, Joyce 99. Well done. Joyce is not joining the marathon, but she's got a lot of secret new starts. Hello, Rose. And says, but embroidery this way over a long term must be causing wrist pain. Yes, I think it does. I can see that. I was just talking about that yesterday, because in recent videos, I kept seeing her stopping because she's stitching really fast. And Komari, sincere apologies, we're talking behind your back, but out of love, okay? And she was stitch really fast like an alien, but occasionally, more times than I can remember, she would stop and go like this. And that for me means that she's trying to find some sort of comfort for maybe soreness or something like that. So I think she will probably have to be very mindful on the speed of, just the amount of stitching she's doing. Jackie James, you're actually spelling her name correctly. All you have to do is maybe go on YouTube and type in Komari and cross stitch. Her channel will come up. She's changed her channel name recently. I just can't remember. Cancy says, in my 40 years of stitching, I've always done Danish. Never knew any other way. Prior to me falling into this rabbit hole of full coverage, I was pretty much doing Danish as well. I will only do a full cross if there's only one stitch, or if I have to, for whatever reason, I'll do a full cross. Otherwise, I always, my default stitching method was always Danish. But I think pros and cons. Occasionally, I still do Danish even with full coverage, in order to take my needle and thread back to where I start. Depends, if I need to come back to where I started and then start again, then I'll do a Danish. But the disadvantage of Danish is if you do make a mistake and it's kind of buried in sort of stitches, you probably have to undo a lot more stitches than necessary in order to fix it. So that's kind of the disadvantage. So nowadays I tend to do full cross. And also sometimes I do one leg and miss the other leg, so that can happen a lot when you have a lot of stitches. 3862, 3862. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. Thank you, Kristen. So it's called Okaji Sama. I don't know what that means, but her handle is, I think it's the same. Cassie, yes, you've been practicing Komari without knowing, so you guys need to meet, okay? It's fate. Auntie says, this is such a cute project. I love the little dog and little fox. I know. And the kitten as well. All the sleepy faces. And a little squirrel dozing away as well. I know it doesn't look like anything right now, but this is actually part of the squirrel, okay? Suspend your disbelief. It's really a squirrel I'm stitching. Hi, Maddie. Welcome back. And Nati says, Yogi, have you stitched from unconventional cross stitch or stitches? So beautiful. Unconventional stitches, I've only very recently kind of hearing about the name, so I have not really looked into the patterns, but so beautiful I have. And in fact, there is one pattern I may be doing at some point. I have not decided when, but there's one pattern I really love, and I might be doing that one at some point. So, and I'm learning about all these companies that I didn't know before from you guys, because prior to that I was pretty much just heaven and earth person, which is fine. But I'm just really excited about all the other companies like Artisy, etc. And I want to try them all. Let me take these stitches back up. I don't want to wander too far. Maddie's making delicious food. Maddie's making chicken Alfredo with sourdough bread on the side. Are you making the bread yourself as well? So Alfredo is that creamy sauce, isn't it? Very nice. I think it flows a lot better without parking. I think you always know when something is just not working. You can't fight it, you know. You just have to surrender and just do whatever makes sense. Look at this. Well, there you go. So Anne says, I just had glanced at Kamari's channel too quickly for me, too fast for me. I prefer yours. Yeah. Join the slow stitching club. I know. I watch Kamari's channel. I've been following her for a long time, not because I want to stitch as fast as she does. I'm just fascinated. You know, it's like someone who doesn't play sport, but watching someone doing something, you know, extreme sport or something. So it's purely as a person watching, you know. I'm not inspiring to stitch like that. Janine says, Stitch is so beautiful, has some nice new releases. I might have to pick up another pattern or two. Do they do sales from time to time? I know it's a little bit cheeky, but, you know, I wonder if they, like heaven and earth, occasionally, you know, do a little bit, throw a little bit of a bargain for us stitchers. Embroidery Geek says, I'm going to make 2 unconventional designs. Are you a designer, Embroidery Geek? when you say you're going to make 2 designs. And embroidery geek, are you a floss tuber or designer? If so, confess. We need to know. Yes. So by unconventional, does that mean their design is more sort of unconventional? Whatever that means. Cheryl says, I'm doing a stitches so beautiful now. Yeah, I think I like some of their designs. I had a proper browse a while ago, and there's one in particular I'm really drawn to. Walkaway says, I love Artisy, and their Facebook group is relatively drama-free. Drama-free? We don't have drama. We're drama-free as well, Walkaway, which is refreshing, really. They have drama on Facebook. Oh, we need to catch up. Can someone please stir something up? Please, now, quickly. Lizzie loves stitches, so beautiful as well. Yes, it's always interesting to try different companies because, you know, they all charge, create their charts differently, right? Every single company or designers, they have their own way of approaching a chart, which is quite nice. Natty says, yes, there was a Valentine's sale. Oh, I missed it. I have to wait for the next one. Yes. Oops. Embroidery Geek is Flosstuber. Wonderful. And you're a designer as well. Very nice. Where am I exactly? 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2. Just one. Hang on. I need to be mindful because these stitches kind of just scattered everywhere. Clara says, I think she has 50% off for President's Day. When is that? Which president? So Natty's doing a Stitches So Beautiful project as well. Oh, you need a code. Oh dear. Oh, no problem at all, embroidery. Geek. We totally get it. Janine says the one I'm doing from Stitches So Beautiful is very confetti heavy. The most of any chart I've done is coming out beautiful, just taking a long time to get progress. So I think the first proper Stitches So Beautiful piece that I saw was done by Suzanne. Suzanne is probably in bed now, but she was, you know, she started a really pretty project this year, beginning of this year, and it does look very confetti actually. I think she's doing a mini version. It's just flowers, really, really pretty. And but I can totally see that it's probably quite confetti heavy. And I think the chart that I really like, it's probably confetti heaven or hell, you decide. But I think it's a lot of confetti in that one, just looking at the mock-up. Oh no, Grace. Grace is breaking the group rules here. Grace is having pineapple pizza. Yes, reoccurring offender. And of course, our busy mom is also a floss tuber as well. And busy mom, I have to say you're very disciplined, because busy mom is always promptly releasing her content every week. Because I know a lot of floss tubers, no name, Nikki, and kind of sporadic, you know, they would do one or two from time to time, and then they'll rest for 3 months. Slackers. But not busy mom. Busy mom is very, very disciplined. So go watch busy mom's channel. Kathy says, I like the art of stitch also. Oh, I have not heard of that one. Walkaway says, I had to stop stitching for a bit and chop veggies for tonight's dinner, stir fry tonight. I love stir fry because it's so easy, isn't it? You can just chuck everything in there, all the veggies and some garlic, you know, delicious. Let's have a look. Let me pick this one then. So I'll be clearing up the part threads for now, so it's easier to cross country. Rachel Morton says, if everyone remembers the Halloween cocktail piece I did a few months ago, I'm going to post that for sale this weekend in the Facebook group, most likely. Yes, I remember that piece. So you managed to, you know, kind of fine-tune it, and now you're ready to share it. Absolutely. Please post in the Facebook group. Maybe ready for, you know, next Halloween. Lynn says Yogi Kumar is doing the books in the shelf on the traveling library. I know, I had a little peek of the most recent one. I think she did that stream maybe yesterday or something like that, or this morning. My goodness, I don't know how she does it. Has she gone all the way across to the right? Because she started from the upper left. So this is Kamari, the alien stitcher, okay? Beautiful alien. She started traveling library, supersized, max colors, just slightly over a week ago. She started, if I show you this piece, okay? See if I can bring up the markup here. So she started from the upper left. That's where she normally starts. Within 3 sessions, 3 streams within a week, she was at the middle. If you look right in the middle on the top there, where I started my project, this project, okay, from the top, the pink flowers there, she was already there about 3-4 days ago. She was stitching, following the top border, about 2 rows, about 2 blocks high, I think, 2 or 3. And she just kept going across to the right. And I don't know whether she has gone all the way to the right. I'm hoping not. That would be really, really scary. But she's coming back to the upper left there and started stitching the books. I just don't know what to say. Okay, guys. You know, I'm not inspired to sort of stitch faster necessarily, but I'm just mesmerized by the speed. It's almost, it defies physics. It's like, you know, in this world, I don't care how fast you do something. It takes time to do. I don't care what it is. It takes some time to stitch that many stitches. But yeah, she's now stitching the books. I know. Oh, Rachel, yes, Rachel's making autumn one as well. So it's always kind of festive, themed, seasonal patterns. Wonderful. Clara says, I really like the chart Suzanne is doing. Looks very confetti heavy and has a beautiful sun. Yes, that's the one. That's the one. With flowers, really colorful, isn't it? And Clara says, Yogi, do you think that provides saga version? I doubt it. I don't think so beautiful. They provide saga version. A lot of, chart creators, they're not even aware of saga. Because I remember emailing Gecko Rouge and asking them, just, trying my luck, see if they can provide a saga version. And they didn't even know what saga was at that time anyway. I don't know about now. It wasn't that long ago, last year sometime. So a lot of companies, they're not even aware of saga. But the thing is, you can do the conversion, can't you? And I think Suzanne is probably working with saga. So I'm sure she managed to convert the PDF charts for saga. I hope it works. Hi, Needle keeps me busy. And Needle says, is that the squirrel tail? Yes, I know. It is. I know it looks like nothing right now, but it is part of the squirrel. Trust me. Trust me, bro. It's true. Walkaway says tofu and veggies sound like teriyaki and some teriyaki sauce. Okay, teriyaki is a little bit sweet for me. I normally just put some sea salt, maybe some soy sauce. Very, very nice. It's very easy to make stir fry taste good because you just need fresh ingredients, Then the rest is very, very easy. Jackie, I know, Jackie. Jackie says, I'm stitching on Traveling Library right now. I checked out Kamari's progress. I can't believe it. She only started like over a week ago, Jackie. I don't know what's happening. I just can't believe it. So every time she live stream, I was like, my mouth was wide open. I think I've broken my jaw right now due to shock. It kind of just defies physics. I don't know how you can do that. She just manifested all the stitches while she's asleep. Where am I? Here. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Janine says, here's the thing though, is it fun to just try to stitch so fast to break a Guinness Book of Record? Suddenly doesn't look relaxing to me. I don't know for her because speed is relative, isn't it? Maybe the way Kamari stitches is not fast for her. Maybe it's just normal for her. Just like, the way I'm stitching is not slow for me. It's just the way I'm stitching. Excuses. I know. It's relative. So for her, it's probably normal. And it's really interesting because I just got a comment maybe yesterday or this morning. I don't know. I just saw it. Is one of the viewers actually maybe watching yesterday's stream when we're talking about, someone's saying something about that I have to juggle a few things when I'm streaming. I have to stitch, look at the chart, and look at the chat as well and respond at the same time. But for me, it's really normal. I don't feel like it's frantic things to do. It's I have the app on anyway, and I look at the chat because it's just fun to chat with you. So it doesn't feel like I'm doing anything that's too strenuous. So it's all down to individual, isn't it? Cassie says maybe she doesn't sleep. Do we know if she works? I have no idea. But it probably doesn't matter. Even if you don't work, I don't think I'll be able to stitch even fraction of the, of the amount she's stitching. She's an athlete. Stitching athlete. Oh, ginger is good, Clara. Yes, ginger, garlic, a little bit of spring onions. All the good stuff. Lynn says, Lynn has just discovered. She says Yogi Kumari doesn't seem to finish when she's at the end of the floss. Yes, exactly. Well spotted, Lynn. She doesn't start either. So no starting, no finishing. She just just keeps stitching. Yes, this is why she's so unique. There's no beginning and there's no end. Grace says, Yogi, you should make a cup of your shop. Says, where am I? I know it has been suggested. And I didn't even realize I was saying it that much. I am constantly trying to figure out where I am because I don't know. It's just fact. I know. But eventually I find it. Sometimes still wrong, but I do my best. Cassie says I've done 104 stitches in almost 3 hours. I'm in confetti hell. Absolutely. When it comes to confetti, everything slows down about 5 times. Particularly for me, I can spend 3 hours and doing barely 50 stitches if it's confetti, for sure. You're not alone, okay? It's part of the challenge. We love it, that's why. Sometimes I crave for a little bit of confetti if I stitching somewhere that's got a lot of, same colors. Then I kind of go, well, I just want to be able to kind of swap around a little bit. Not too much, within reason. Jackie says, I just can't comprehend being able to look at the chart and being able to interpret it so quickly. It takes me several minutes to just figure out what I'm looking at. You and me, Jackie, exactly. We're just normal, mere mortals. And I suspect, I don't know, I'm sure she's probably have some sort of gifted ability to do it. But also, remember, she's been stitching with paper patterns for a long time. When I discovered her, maybe less than 4 years ago, she was firmly stitching with paper charts. And paper charts, basically, you're not getting any help with the apps. With the apps, we have highlighted stitches everywhere. So already it's about 50% of the work. But she's very accustomed to just looking at a piece of A4 sheet with, pencil marks and figure out what is what. And so maybe, that's a good training. Not that I'm going to try. I'm not going to try, okay? But maybe, because she's kind of stitching that way till very recently. So she's got that kind of ability to just figure out where she is. And also being able to see the direction of the stitches. I very much rely on the app to tell me where the stitches are. But maybe she can just look at the symbols and just figure it out. It's alien ability. And Kristen is hitting the treadmill. Amazing. Have fun. Enjoy your workout. Yes, move the body. And, just like Nikki says, I cross training, CrossFit, so I can cross stitch. Yeah, absolutely. I know if there's stitching Olympics, I think Komari will have to win. Have to be the all-time champion. The Usain Bolt of the stitching world. Auntie Crazy, guys, we did it again. Auntie Crazy went to have a look at stitches so beautiful. Here goes my paycheck, she says. Oh dear, yes, is that happens a lot. That's normally how it goes. The best policy is just don't look. just ignore it, which is not really possible. But if you have a look, then yes. The wallet just gets a little bit lighter. Oh, Catherine, I'm so sorry about your broken foot. And it's probably a little bit better than broken hands because you won't be able to stitch. It's going to be even worse. But I'm sure sending love to you and healing power. The little foot is going to get better very soon. And cross country is definitely a better idea because just look at these stitches. They're everywhere, all over the place. If I were to switch back and forth, it's going to be, it's going to be just too much. So I don't know what Gemma would do because Gemma, I'm not aware that she has done any max color ones. I think all her Heaven and Earth projects, they are regular colors. I wonder how she would deal with charts like this. Yes, it's better than hand for sure. I know because we have a few stitchers. They have either injuries for the hands or surgeries, and for the hands. So it's a little bit frustrating, right? As you're trying to recover, and it's just never soon enough. It takes time because you want to stitch, don't you? Lynn says it's a wonder Kamari stitches stop, and if she doesn't cast off, I think she has got super glue under her table. There's a video. I've been thinking about doing a watch party with you guys. There's a video of Kamari. She filmed it a few years ago, maybe 5 years ago. It's still on her channel. I've been looking for it. Maybe I was looking under the wrong title. It's still there. I'm really grateful. She basically placed a camera under her fabric and she filmed it as she just doing normal stitching. And there's no super glue involved, but there's a lot of thread there. And, I think we need to arrange a watch party, and I'll do a collection of videos, right, of really unique stitches, and we can get the popcorn out and watch together, and just be in shock together. I think we need some sort of a group support to watch aliens like that. Kathy says, can someone explain to me again max colors? I just can't get it. So this terminology is actually very, I'll say haze specific. I think So Beautiful also used the term max colors, but the context is slightly different. So for Heaven and Earth charts, typically the default charts, regular colors, involves roughly 90 colors, sometimes a little bit less, probably 88 to 90 colors maximum. So it basically means how many sort of different color threads you need to kit up, and also color changes. It gives you some, indication on the confetti level, so to speak. And max color is the max, as it says on the label. It goes from 90 to maximum 240. So this one, for instance, it's got 239, and my toys, vintage toys, got 240. So around that mark, and it goes up to 240. And but we're talking about the same size fabric. So we're talking about regular size fabric, either with 90 colors or 240 colors. And there's one in between as well. It's called color expansion. It's less common. I think only if someone requests. So color expansion is right in the middle. It's around 150, right, guys? 150 colors, something like that. So it basically means how many colors involved in a certain piece. So there you go. Sorry, I had to take a sip of coffee. So that's basically just the number of colors. But of course, that variation can be combined with the size differences as well. So Heaven and Earth can go from regular size, that's the default, to mini, which is smaller. Or you can go up to supersize, like this one I'm stitching. So it can be any combination. Let me just double check. 1, 2. Okay. Grace Austin says, Yogi, I put a link in your Facebook group the other day. Yes, Grace, I did not find a link, but because you said the video existed, so I went back to the channel and I found it. So thank you so much, Grace, because for the longest time, I thought she removed it for some reason. And, you know, we can definitely do a popcorn watch party. Because there are quite a lot of unique stitches, you know, like Gemma, like Kamari, and I'm sure a few others as well. So we can get a list together and we can just, you know, enjoy their stitching and be terrified at the same time, probably. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, yes, I had to mute because I had to clear my throat. I've got a little frog. I've got a little frog in my throat. So if I sometimes mute for a few seconds, it's normally when I get a visit by Mr. Frog. Hopefully not on my fabric, okay? But sometimes I've got tickly throat. All right. Okay, so it's 12:30, but as I just started with the cross country, I'm going to pick one more color. Okay, I'm going to cross country another color for you. And also we started a little bit later today, aren't we? So we can keep it going for a little bit. Cassie says, if I get a mini, which I usually do because I'm old, the picture still looks the same, or where are the missing colors? Does that make sense? Yes, totally. That is a very good question. So whether the mini, so mini basically, if you look at, if you treat the default size as the normal quote unquote default piece, by shrinking the image to a smaller number of stitches, yes, there's certain details will probably have to go, but it greatly depends on the pattern. So some patterns fare really well. You know, I've got a couple of patterns I'm very happy doing mini size, and some of them you do lose some details. It's just the way it is. So not chocolate factory, chocolate shop, chocolate letter, love letter chocolate shop. Get it right, Yogi. Love letter chocolate shop. I've been working on it with 10 stitches on a mini version, but just recently, you know, I'm kind of thinking maybe I should restart with a sort of larger version, sort of full size, because it's got a lot of details I'm kind of missing slightly. So it's up for you to decide. If you like the look of the markup, it should give you some indication how much detail it's going to capture. It will come out sometimes a little bit blurry, but it's not always a bad thing. It's not always a bad thing. It depends on the pattern and the artwork. So yes, technically you will lose some details, but if you like the, you know, like the look of it, it doesn't matter. Betty Hankins says, Nicola is the fast stitcher, over 500,000 last year. Dear, oh dear. Nicola is Flosstuber. Yes, I'm aware of her. She's based in the UK as well, isn't it? I think it's called Simply... Nicola Simply, yes, I have come across her channel. Yes, so she's alien as well, is she? There's so many. So maybe she's the UK representative of Kamari, you know, the UK version of Kamari. Passion for stamping says, I bought 5 minis from the latest sale. I'm currently kitting up farmers market. Yes, I think quite a lot of, you know, patterns, a lot of images. If it's landscape, for instance, you know, kind of, it really depends. If it's like a farm, I think, you know, mini might be quite nice. But if you have patterns like, for instance, my little cake shop, I have seen someone actually finish the mini version of a little cake shop. I'm kind of thinking, you know, I'm so glad that I picked the full size because it's lovely, but it's very blurry. A lot of details like little cupcakes and, you know, sweets, you just cannot tell what they are with a mini size. So it really depends. All right, then, let me pick another color here. And this is my choice. So this is going to be maybe my last color tonight. But there are quite a few stitches here. So 4, 3, 5. Simply a stitcher, yes. So she's really fast. It'd be quite interesting. Maybe we can watch the way she stitches as well, you know, to identify why she's so fast. It's kind of fun to do. You know, as I said, I'm not looking to stitch faster. I know I can't, okay? I know my limitation and I'm okay with it. I'm embracing my slow speed, but it's always interesting to watch people stitching differently. Not just the speed, but like Gemma. Gemma, I wouldn't say she's alien level, but she's very efficient and quite fast, considering, you know, the method she's adopting. So walk away says simply a stitcher. Yeah, she's fast too. No nonsense stitching. I'm stitching with no nonsense either. What are you saying, walk away? I talk nonsense. That's true. So this is going to be the last color of my choice, which is 4, 3, 5. Needles keeps me busy says, what do you think about Patrick O'Brien's street scenes? They only have around 84 colors. Are they missing loads of details? Charted by whom? Because there are different versions. I do have 3 pieces from Patrick O'Brien, the 14 count, charted by Max Design, Stitch, something like that. But I'm aware Artisy has quite a few charts by Patrick O'Brien as well. Oh no, Patrick O'Brien, no. Are we talking about John O'Brien? Or is it James? I should know. Hang on, let me check. Maybe it's Patrick O'Brien. John Patrick O'Brien. I think I refer to the artist as John O'Brien, I think. Are we talking about the same person? Let me just have a look. John O'Brien. I think Patrick is the middle name. I think we're talking about the same person. Yes. Yes, John O'Brien. Thank you, Susan. I was getting confused there, but I think Patrick is maybe his middle name. Middle name. And so Artisy has quite a few of his artwork. But I cannot tell you because I have not got their charts. I only have one from Artisy, which is my Christmas house. So if anybody knows, oh, I know. Marsha is stitching Artisy's version of James O'Brien piece, and I think she's doing the large version. So so 84 colors. I have seen Marsha's web. It's beautiful. It's very beautiful. You don't need that many colors because 84, maybe in comparison, not as, it's very close to 90 anyway. It's very close to Heaven and Earth regular. But also yesterday, the bunny piece. Yesterday, I only found out the name of the piece is not Candy Shop because I went to Susan Weller's website and found the bunny piece. And it's actually called Decisions, which is perfect. Which is the perfect title. So I have corrected my stream titles to reflect that. So it's not called Candy Shop. It's actually called Decisions. But my point is the bunny piece. I don't know whether you saw it. It's beautifully charted, but only 50 colors. Only 50 colors. So it's not so much the number of colors, it's more of how well it's charted. You don't need tons and tons of colors to, create a beautiful chart. So I would not worry about that. It's more of the quality of the charts, whether the company has good reputation, a good quality chart. So I have missed this one. Kathy says, I would love if you had a video of others, which reminds me, what's up for Saturday? A good point. So today's Monday. I don't know what we should be doing for Saturday just yet. If you have suggestions, members, if you have things you would like to do together for Saturday before the sale, we can do that. Because normally I kind of just, leave it until I have certain idea. Sometimes ideas can just pop up. We can do another side quest, and we can do. I'm not sure if I'm ready to frog my Rouge piece just yet, but it has been suggested maybe we can do a frogging session, frogging party. And also, some have suggested maybe knitting single sock and finding partners for their single socks. We can do anything you like. So Nido's question is, do you think Artisy charting is better than Max Stitch? Oh, it's a tough one because Max Stitch, the version I've got, has back stitching as well. So I think when you chart a piece with back stitching, you kind of take that into consideration. So I don't think it's a fair comparison. If you look at the cross stitching part of it, to be honest, I'm really happy with the max stitch version. I quite like it. I'm doing 14 counts. I think the artisy way of charting is probably more similar to heaven and earth type of charting. So they use the cross stitches to capture a lot of details. I don't think you would be disappointed with Artisy's charts, but personally, I'm very fond of the 14 counts kits that I've got from Max Stitch. So it's up to sort of personal preferences, isn't it? Maddie says it's Tuesday, not Monday anymore. Yes, well said indeed. It's 20 minutes to 1 o'clock. Absolutely, Maddie. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Let me double check here. I'm gonna just do a few more, just a few more, because I'm here. I still have some thread left. Oh, so Walkaway says I have stitched several Artisy charts with reasonable numbers of colors. They're very detailed. Yes, from what I saw from Marsha's web, it's quite nicely charted. Natty says, do you have a long dog charts? No, I don't. I have heard all about them. I do not have one. And Gray says, I just bought a black work design that I want to start. I'm a bit apprehensive to start. Don't know where to begin. Grace, why don't we do another black work session? We can do a black work party, because I really love my black work and we have not worked together with black work for 2 weeks. We can do one. Yes. Why don't we do that, guys? What do you think, members? And if you have not joined the memberships, consider joining, because we do a lot of things together. Particularly on Saturday, we do additional stream for members, and we have fun. So come join us. And Janine says, I have a long dog charts. I have not started. We had it for at least a year or two. Or we can do a combo one. We can do either black work or long dog, because quite a lot of long dog, I know they're single colors as well, but with cross stitches, obviously not back stitches. And we can discuss both to see what a similarity or differences between them and which one you like better. And I'd love to try long dog. I just have not really got around it, but I absolutely enjoy black work. There's some debate about times. Cassie says only 7 p.m. Over here, it's already Tuesday, okay? And if you're in Australia or New Zealand, it's way, into Tuesday. Jane says, I want to start a long dog, I think, but already have a few large monochrome pieces. I think long dog, sometimes you can stitch with multiple colors, from what I saw. But I like the idea of single color, as long as I don't get bored with the pattern. If it's not too repetitive, if it's a repetitive pattern, I probably tend to get bored. So we can do, yes, we can do black work. Yes, Samantha, you can bring out the black work. You've been parking that one for a little bit. I've heard about that. And yes, we can do a black work, but you're free to work on long dog as well. So black work, long dog, black dog, long dog. I don't know, whichever, right? So we can do kind of focus group and we can have a discussion. And I'll look around. Maybe I can find some videos for long dog as well. We can watch as well. Maybe some black work as well. Because what was it, Cassie? Oh no, Grace. And Grace, were you there for the previous black work session? Because we had we watched the tutorials together, all the fundamental techniques, and so it's really helpful. And I'll see if I can dig out more interesting videos so we can watch together and have a discussion and stitch. Chua, hello. Everybody's on different time zone. We never agree with each other. Everybody's on different days. Susan Barnes says, I'm in got a black work pattern as well. Yes, I do love black work because it's very different. I think long dog, even though you are stitching maybe single color, which can be quite different from full coverage, but ultimately you are doing crosses, right? Whereas black work is a whole set of different type of techniques that you need to learn. And it's really, really fun. It feels like you're trying to solve a puzzle elegantly. So I really like it. So yes, let's do a black work / long dog version party this Saturday. Okay. So yes, and Grace, you can come to the black work party this week, and if you have any questions, we're here. Not that I know anything, but I'll try. Okay then, so let me end my thread here. So it's 5 minutes to 1 o'clock. We did start a little bit later today, so no problem there. And let me show you what's happening. Today there's 3 different stitching methods, all in one. Price 3 for the price of 1. Okay, so let me zoom out a little bit. Laura says, can you add a bit of yoga? It's been a while. Yes, we can do a little yoga break in between for the members session. Okay. Yes, we will add a yoga break following Laura's request. Definitely happy to serve. And let's have a look. So here we go. This is what's happening. Let me move Pikachu away. And so today, finally, I've entered the squirrel zone. Okay, guys, this is tremendous. So I've been starting to work on this piece since the beginning of the year, literally New Year's Eve, the marathon, 11-hour marathon. You were here. So you know, and I've been doing really well with color flow, and I really enjoy it. But when I got to the squirrel zone here, for some reason you just stop flowing, and I'm quite an intuitive stitcher like some of you. If it doesn't flow, I have to look at what's happening, and so I've decided to go for a little bit of a cross country with your permission, right? We did a vote. It's all democratic here. So you said yes. Nearly 90% of you say yes, and but when I started, I was kind of thinking maybe I can incorporate parking into cross country, and no, it didn't work. So I decided to clear out the thread here. So this is what I am today. So this is the back of the squirrel, the tail, the back of the tail. Let me show you what's happening here. Let me show you the markup. Okay, so this is the markup. You've seen it. So the squirrel is on the upper right side there. If you blink, you probably miss it because it's got so much going on with this pattern. And this is where I am, okay? So let's have a look. If I turn on the markup, just keep your eye on my stitches here, the completed section, and I'm going to turn on the markup. There, look at that. This is what I've been stitching. the furry little tail, quite a long tail of this gorgeous little squirrel. Do you think the eyes are closed? It does look like, yes, it does look like the eyes are closed. I'm not sure. It could be the child. Maybe the eyes are wide open. I don't know. But it's beautiful. And I love the really pretty, nice sky behind as well. And it's just so beautiful. So this is what I've been stitching, okay, a little bit at a time. But I'm officially in the squirrel zone. And so I'm going to share with you the number of stitches I've done. Okay, this is a highlight of an entire stitching, and entire session, even though the entire session is gripping, and but I'm going to share with you my stitch count. I'm going to count 3, 2, and 1. There you go. The grand total of the number of stitches Yogi has done today is 199. I should have done one more to make it 200. But I think the 150 was coming from cross country. I think the first 50, that took the first 2 hours. And but it's just the way it goes. Sometimes it takes a little while to figure out that, if it's not flowing, just change your strategy, right? So there you go, 199 guys, not bad. And thank you for the teamwork, helping me to guide me to cross country. I'm going to keep going for a little bit and see how it goes. And maybe when I come back to the background, I'm going to color flow again. Nothing can stop me from doing that. Okay, so now is 1 minute to 1 o'clock. From the sleepy London town, Yogi signing out, and Susan, well done. Susan is here with me, and maybe Lizzie as well. And I'll see you tomorrow, Tuesday. We're coming back for a spot of stitching. And as I promised, for Saturday, for members stream, we're going to do a Blackworth/Long Dog party. Okay, so come and join me. And we're going to come back tomorrow. Night. Give me some love. Yes, I can see a lot of dolly and a lot of hands and crowns. Yes, I'm the champion of slow stitching. Okay, the queen of slow stitching. I'll see you tomorrow. Night. Bye-bye.